Hi and welcome back to Blockheads. I am TechHead, and today, guys, we are starting our base. We're going to be starting with the portal, and then I'm going to walk you through all of the different things that we are planning to do here, and we leave this old house behind and set up our new base. Now, before we get into that, we're going to do a brief tour of the Blockheads realm and what's going on with who and what they are doing and all of that good stuff. So if you like this content, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, why not go ahead and subscribe? Right, let's get right on into it. So we are on Bedrock, and we are, of course, using ray tracing, which makes this place look absolutely stunning. Now, over here, we can see that we have a HotHead. Now, HotHead is building a castle, and it's a pretty decent size as well. He's basically going to be wrapping this all the way around. He's already carved out all of this land over here. It's going to be wrapping all the way around to the back, as it comes all the way over here as well. So I don't know what he's solely planning to do with this, but it's a pretty big build. It's going to wrap all the way around here as well, right back to the beginning. So again, you know, we're looking pretty decent kind of stuff from HotHead. So if you're looking for forward to kind of seeing how this build kind of progresses, make sure you subscribe to HotHead as well. I'll try to put a link to his channel in the description of the video. Now over here we have a NatureHead. NatureHead is building a little bit of a Garden of Eden or something like that. I think it's looking pretty cool so far. Lots of different kind of plants and all that kind of stuff. And I think there's a little bit of a kind of cove that's kind of being cut out here as well. Further the path, and you kind of go through here. But I'll leave that to NatureHead to kind of go through everything that she's planning on doing and all of that kind of stuff. But just around the corner as well, we also have EcoHead. Now it is getting dark, so we should be a little bit cautious. But if we just come around over here, we can see that EcoHead is building out, or planning to build out, a zoo and stuff like that. Again, I'll link into their channels below. I'm not sure what's going on here just yet, but do watch out for that. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Now we are building our little base just over here, and we're going to start with this little island that I put in so far. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a bit of a portal hub just here, and I'm going to walk you through what I'm thinking and all of that kind of good stuff. So we're going to land right here. So I've actually built this out of slabs, and we have one dirt block right there. Actually, I'm going to remove that because I don't want anything to spawn here, and so I'll just put that in there. We've got some lighting, so we should be pretty good overnight here. I'm not expecting anything too major. Hopefully there's no phantoms. If there is, I might have to just nip back and go to sleep. But for the most part, we should be okay. Now, as you can see, we've got lights all around the perimeter here, right? We're basically going to build up a bit of a ruined city that goes all the way around the outside of this island. And what we're going to do is there's a little bit of dirt just on these little outposts about 30 blocks away over here and over there. We're going to build bridges from this middle island to these shores on each side. We'll probably have to bring the shoreline out a little bit as we build up the ruined city around it. But this is going to be the base. Now, there's a couple of really cool things of why I chose this area. One, it's got a lot of protection from the hillside around it, which I thought was cool. But also, there is a ruined portal up there. I think there is some cave structure down in the ground as well. So it's looking like a pretty good place to be if we want to kind of, you know, make some kind of decent kind of trading hall and stuff like that. I've got quite a few different plans, different ideas, and we'll progress on here. This is going to be, you know, a bit of a stronghold for us over time here. So we look like we're good for the phantoms and the beasts and whatnot. So let's go ahead and actually start getting this thing built out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with some obsidian here. And we're basically going to build up 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just over here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We'll just put a temporary block right here and then just finish off these portals. These are basically going to be around in a square. Okay. So this will basically allow us to use this as a bit of a I guess it doesn't really matter which end you kind of enter into it. You can just kind of enter the nether from either way. And we'll actually build up a nether hub on the other end of this. And I started to kind of dig out some tunnels towards some of the farms, because we've got a raid farm that's quite a way away, and we've got a gold farm on another area and a jungle biome, and we've got an original house, the world spawn, which is miles away as well. So that nether hub, and we need to create a highway and all that kind of stuff. So we should be doing that as well soon. So we'll watch out for that. But what we're going to do is we now put the obsidian down. We won't light those up just yet, but we'll instead grab some blocks here. Just going to put those slabs over there, and we'll grab a few of these additional blocks. I might need the dirt, so I don't think I'm going to need the axe. I'll do that. And okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up a bit of a pillar here to start with, just like this. Now I do have to just jump up with this as well, so I'll just have to come around on all of these sides here, okay? Because we're going to basically create a bit of a like a bit of substance to it. It's got a bit of depth, right? And we actually need to come up all the way so that it is level with this on this side here. And yeah, we can put one there. I guess it's a bit of a waste, but it'll do right in there as well. And then, of course, you know, just down here, go up and build this up as well until we get to that flush area. Likewise in the corner. And we'll do the same on the other sides as well. Okay, so we end up with this this structure that comes all the way across here as we go. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And we'll obviously have to come up one more. We'll put one in there as well just to make sure. We'll come in here and we might as well do both of these at the same time. Save jumping down all the time. And I'm going to just finish the other ones off and then I'll be back in a second. Okay, so with all those done there, what we want to do is we also want to bring some more blocks, or grab some more. And I'm just using polished blackstone bricks here. But you know, if you wanted to do something similar, you can use any block that you want. But we're just going to bring this across and we're just going to wrap this all the way around here as well. Just to kind of give that a bit of a finish to the top side there. Now, with all that done, what we're going to then do, I think, is fill in this area here. Okay. And we'll finish that off, and then we'll just jump down here. Okay, cool. So now we end up with this kind of structure, and what it looks like is pretty cool. But what we want to do is we're going to use some upside down stairs, and we're going to put these in here. Now, this is getting really difficult to see, and that's kind of the beauty of the ray tracing. It makes it quite... makes the game so much harder to play because creepers can literally sneak up on you and you just have absolutely no idea. Your visibility is incredibly low, and I have the visibility cranked as high as I can on this computer. So yeah, really cool kind of having ray tracing, but it does increase the difficulty a lot. Okay, cool. And what we're going to then do is put some stairs here on these corners, just like that, to give it a little bit of substance. And we are also going to do that across the top like this. And we're going to wrap that all the way around there like so. So we're just going to do that all the way around. So I'll be back in a second. So with all that done, we now have something that looks a little bit like this. We're getting somewhere. We've got a little bit more substance to it. But we're now going to grab our walls. We're going to put one wall there, and then we're going to put two walls just here like that. Okay, and we're going to repeat that on all of these sides. And then what we're going to do is we've got some lanterns. I'm just going to move those fireworks out of the way for a second. And what we'll do is we'll put a lantern right there on the wall, and that'll just add a little bit more light as we can get some depth to this. Okay, so we're going to repeat that just around on all these sides. One, if I actually grab the walls rather than the stairs there. So one there, and then two there, two on the bottom, one at the top, lantern and lantern. And again, just adds a little bit more texture and a little bit more depth to it, right? So it's not as boring. I actually missed this corner here with the stairs. So we'll just go ahead and add those in right on here and get that in. And then we'll add the walls 1, 2, and 1. 1 and then 2 at the bottom with the lanterns right in the middle there, just lighting that up. And now we're starting to add a little bit more light to it, to the build here, so it makes it a little bit easier to see, and the sun is also coming up as well. So again, that's great. Okay, cool. So then we've kind of got these areas all kind of lit up and ready to go. Now we can go ahead and add another layer at the top, and we're going to make this a bit of a tower for the nether portal. So what I'll do is I'm going to grab hold of, you know what I'll do is I'll just stack up some dirt. That'll be fine temporarily just to kind of work our way up here. Okay, so we're going to come over. Now, we obviously have to find that middle block, which is right here, right? And we can kind of see that from the obsidian that's in here. And what we want to do is we know that there's some slabs on the corners here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a block right on the diagonal, right? So it's just on the inside edge of the upside down stairs, right? So this actually again sets our foundation of the next layer. Okay, so we're going to have some pillars and posts kind of just going up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go for 4. We're going to go 1, that's 2, 3, and then 4. And we'll repeat the process on all of these. Now, I'm probably going to run out of materials, so I'm probably going to have to jump back down eventually and get some. But 2, 3, and 4. And then just over here as well, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then, of course, what we want to do is we're going to bridge these across. So we're going to go and see if I can actually get that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 all the way across there, and let's see if we can get that. No, I fell. That's fine. And we'll come all the way across. Okay, and we're going to come all the way across here on all of these sides. And I've got one more stack here, and I'll continue the build as we have it all the way across the top there. And you know, for the most part, I'm just thinking to myself, maybe that's a tad on the larger side. Maybe I want to go back in one because we are going to add the upside down stairs. So I'm thinking maybe it will look better if we actually do take this back just by 1. Hopefully that will make a little bit more sense. It'll be a little bit more resource friendly as well, but I think it will also look much better, aesthetically pleasing. If we just take this back ever so slightly here. Okay, perfect. Right. So what we'll do is we'll just collect those resources. I think we're going to use this block right in the middle there, right? I think that one would allow us then to have a little bit of an overhang on the material. So let's go ahead and go 2, 3, 4. Come over here. 2, 3, 4. Oh, missed that one. 2, 3, and 4. And then over here as well. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then we can bring just across. This makes it a little bit more manageable. I think this will make it a little bit better to deal with. And what we'll also do is fill this in, with the exception of the very center block, because we're going to need to where that is. And we should probably think about where we're going to then put the next layer, which I think would be effectively right on here as well. So we'll do that, and then we can fill that in. Okay, so that then becomes our next little layer up. And again, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll bridge those gaps right in there, put that one in the middle. And then what we'll do as well is, I think, just add 3 little walls right to the tip of this, and then bring out, I think, a bit of a, maybe I actually have to go up a little bit higher. I think I'm going to have to go up a little bit higher just to make a little bit more sense of that. So let me grab my walls, and we'll just go up a little bit here. So that's 2 currently. I think in 4 then, 1, 2, 4, and then bring this down here, and then yeah, that would make it a little bit better on the height side. I'm just thinking about adding a little bit of light here, so I was thinking I would add, I could stay up there of course, I was going to add a lantern right onto those. Let me just jump up and get them. There we go. And then I think, oh, I fell down again. That's always the problem with these builds. I have a habit of falling. I often fall from a high place, but let's go ahead and grab these as well. There we go. Okay, cool. So basically that allows us to finish that off. And I think, you know, in here, we would normally kind of look to do something with some stairs as well. I do need to get some more, but I will put some down here. I was going to say, I think it would be good to finish these off like we have with the bottom, with these kind of foundation pieces. And obviously we're going to have a lip on here anyway, with some upside down stairs on the layer underneath. So we'll be able to do that, but I am running out of walls, so sorry, upside down stairs, so we'll have to go and get some materials for that in a second, but we'll also finish that off once we kind of finish this layer down here. Okay, so we kind of got a little bit ahead of ourselves, but we will come back to that in a second. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just grab hold of some more materials, and what I'm looking for is some stairs, so we'll grab hold of some stairs. We'll grab a couple pairs of stairs there. We'll grab some more blocks just in case we need those. And I don't think we're going to need anything else from here on this front whilst we're up there. I don't think I need any of that. I've got some of these already. Okay, we should be good. Okay, let's go back up and finish off the layer just up here, and then we'll work our way to the very top afterwards. Okay, so same concept before. We're going to grab hold of the stairs, and what we're going to do is we are going to basically put these foundations down just down here. We're going to make it basically give it a little bit of substance just to the bottom there. And then I've got some pretty cool stuff I want to do just in the center. So we'll do that in a second. So basically what we want is we want a little bit of light in this portal, right? We've obviously got the lanterns at the very top, we've got the lanterns at the bottom, but this layer is always quite dark. So what I was thinking is I would actually stack up some crying obsidian. It emits a little bit of light, and kind of adds a little bit of, I guess, texture to this area. Specifically on the ray tracing at night, this actually looks really, really cool. So I'm thinking I might just, it seems like a complete waste of crying obsidian, but I think it adds a little bit more to the build, and that's pretty cool. So I'm thinking something like this might be looking pretty cool. Now I've only got one piece left, so I'm thinking maybe I will put it there. Okay, cool. So then it's that area. Then we're going to grab those stairs. Again, we're going to put some upside down stairs that wrap all the way around this top platform here. And this will basically allow us to just get that little bit of lip, a little bit of depth to it. And again, just completing the kind of texturing of the walls here. Now, we haven't used any other blocks. It's all kind of one palette. And, you know, we might need to add some textures to mix the colors up. But I think for the most part, it's not too bad because it's not a huge amount of blockage. Like, it's not a block wall, for example, like what HotHead is doing, for example, where he has this entire kind of, you know, stone wall being built. This is actually quite built out. I don't mind it too much, but let me know in the comments, you know, whether you think I should add some different textures into this as well. We've got some, obviously. We textured the floor, the slabs. We did some different textures around there. So let me know what you think in the comments. But for me, I think, you know, it's not too bad. It adds a little bit to it with some of the other colors that we've added in there, but not too much, which I think is quite key. And let's go ahead and now just add some vines to this as well. Now, I can't really put anything in here, I don't think. It would look a little bit odd. I can't do any arches or anything like that. I mean, I guess I could turn that into an upside down stair to a point. I could probably do something like that, which, yeah, that adds a little bit. I'll keep that. And if I do the same on this side, we can add a little bit of something just with those upside down stairs like that as well. But mainly I just want to add some texture to this. This stuff will grow as well, so that's pretty cool. What we'll do is we'll just bring down our dirt pile here a second, and we'll just come into this layer as well. And here again, we're just going to add a few of these and just add a little bit of, you know, break up the color and just put something on here. I was thinking about moss as well, about whether or not we should add some moss to the kind of flooring down below. I obviously grew some trees previously as well, just to kind of help break up the kind of color palette of it all. But I think that's working quite well. Let's jump on down and check out the next layer. Okay, so again, what we're going to do is we're going to throw a few of these on. We can grow these in the middle as well as on the outside. And again, they'll grow over time, so you don't have to go too crazy with this. Just a little bit here and there, it goes a long way. So it's quite a cool one to kind of just get around a little bit. That's that done. We've got some of these twisted vines. I thought, you know, it'd be good to have some of these maybe just coming out of the nether. Again, they grow quite a bit, so you don't have to worry too much about them. You can put them around. As you can see, I've got some around here already, so you can just go ahead and put them under the trees as well, for example, just to kind of give this place like a little bit of a rundown vibe, right? I kind of want it to be getting that kind of feeling that, you know, it's kind of being overrun a little bit by, you know, things that are plants from the nether and all of that kind of stuff. I want this to be very much a ruined kind of town. So yeah, that's kind of what we're up to. So the next thing we need to do, have I got a flint and steel? I should have a flint and steel somewhere. Just need to find it in all of my shulker boxes. So we've got some bone meal here. I don't really fancy using that though for growing the plants. Let's see if we can find, there it is, flint and steel, perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to light these portals up, and then we can kind of mark this as a mission complete. And then I'll walk you through what's then the next few stages. Okay, cool. So that's essentially our portal done, right? We've kind of got the glowing, crying obsidian at the top here. We've kind of got lanterns. We've got this 3-tier section, and it's looking pretty cool. We've got one lantern left, which means I've probably missed one somewhere. Maybe I was hanging it in the middle of one of these layers and I've missed it, but nonetheless, we'll figure that out in due course. But yeah, so that's our portal. The sun is going down, so we're going to get a good look at this overnight in a moment. But basically, the idea is you can see the dirt. We're going to build out a bridge that goes over to that dirt pile over there. Same with that little place marker there. We're going to build a bridge out to that one, and we're going to build a bridge out to that one just over there as well. So we're going to build this out, and it's going to basically allow us to have this as a central island connecting to the entire city, which I think is going to be really, really cool. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of a look at this from afar. So yeah, that's not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. Let me just see if I can land here. So yeah, there's our portal, and we got the crying obsidian. Like I said, that crying obsidian, it adds just that little bit extra to it, right? Just that little bit more to the build that kind of helps it stand out. And I think it kind of illustrates that we've kind of got some kind of, overflow from the nether into the overworld. And I think that was kind of a cool little touch just to kind of add to it. And we'll just wait for this sun to go down, and then we'll get a really good look at what this looks like at night. And as I come on down into these kind of lower ranges here, you can kind of get a good idea and a good vibe under the RTX ray tracing here of what this looks like. You can see the reflection already in the water, and I say that at night this game becomes so difficult to play because you cannot see anything. It really can't. And I think that adds really good unique elements to it. So if you have the ability to use ray tracing, highly recommend it, because it does make the game more difficult, but it makes it also absolutely stunning to play as well, and it adds just new elements that you just didn't think about before, such as diving into the water. You can't easily just see exactly what's down there, for example. Likewise, when you're under the water and you're coming on out here. And here it is under the night, or the moonlighter, I guess, will be the thing. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. And that crying obsidian really does help make this little island stand out quite a bit. But guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you found this like content that you like, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you want to stay up to date with all the builds that we do, subscribe and tap that bell and you won't miss another episode. And with all that said, I'll catch you in the next one.